What is up, everyone? Bryce here, also known as Dark Slab, and today I'm bringing you something a little bit different, but still kind of the same. It's going to be some Modern Warfare 3 on PC this time, and I think the majority of the videos you're going to see from me from now on are going to be on PC. But anyways, the class that I'm running is a Scar with a Hollow Sight and a Silencer. My backup, as always, is a Silent MP9, and my perks are Extreme Conditioning, Hardline, and Sit Rep. And while I'm in the Specialist package, I would normally run I think Scavenger as the third perk that I ended up picking up, but at this point in my levels I didn't quite have it yet. And in the game here you kind of see that I've jumped into a game that is currently in progress, and we already have 20 kills. We're up by a decent amount, but I jumped in. Another thing is like at least a few kills, but it seems like games like this, and it was really slow paced. You can tell like as soon as I jump in, because the score isn't going up all that quickly. I feel like both teams were kind of sitting back and playing a little too defensive for my taste, and I kind of fall into like two different roles in this match. For like the first part here, when I'm first getting started and I'm building up my nice little streak, I'm kind of sitting back and controlling this center mid area and peeking my head out towards the hangars and towards that Jeep side every once in a while, and I just kind of try to pick up kills back and forth in this area and just try to stick around. And then later on I kind of fall into a more aggressive role when I kind of realized that they had pushed us out of this area, and then I kind of take up the task of trying to flank the other team and get behind them. And while that didn't really work out for me as well as I would normally do or can do, it still was ended up giving me a pretty good gameplay overall. And prepare yourself for some really terrible aim coming right here. I picked up this dude's ump, and this is the first time I think I've used ump with the rapid fire on PC, and you just see that I have a really hard time keeping the thing on him. I don't think this dude was running the kick proficiency on his ump. He probably was running range or something like that, because range is really good. But I feel like if you're going to use range with a gun like the ump, you're better off having a silencer on it instead of rapid fire, because rapid fire becomes a little bit too unmanageable for my taste. And this is the point of the gameplay where you kind of see that they kind of get the bunker side control, and then I try to take the side path up here to try to get around them, but like they still have a few people on their team spawning back here, and I kind of have to either force my way through them or kind of try to avoid people as they're running along. And I probably should have checked to my right there, because usually if like in that kind of a situation where we are in the middle of a spawn flip, they could have probably still had a guy that had spawned back there and was a little bit behind the rest of his team, but didn't check that way. Ended up working out for me, and I kind of picked that guy up in his back. I didn't realize when I was playing that game, but you kind of saw that I was staring at the dude's tack insert right before I killed him, and I kind of forgot that the tack insert was there after I did kill him. So he ends up coming up and getting the jump on me right here. I kind of try to fly around the corner as he puts bullets my way, and he just worked his way around the corner before I was in a position to kind of wait him out. And one of the things that I wanted to bring up during this gameplay is that I feel a lot of my gameplays are on like core 3 maps, and those maps being of course Outpost, which I'm playing now, and then there's Carbon and Underground. And I don't know why, but for me those ones pop up in the rotation a lot more often than other maps. Usually when I start out, it'll be one of the 3 maps for some reason, and then like a lot of the times another starting map I get is Arcaden, but I struggle on Arcaden so bad. I still trying to find my way around the map, but I think one of the reasons why I'm more successful on these 3 maps is that I do know how to run around the map. I know how to take in my surroundings. I'm pretty familiar with the spawns by this point, and how people navigate the map. So being able to read a map is definitely important, and I'd suggest when you're playing, just take a mental note of areas that you tend to have like a high amount of deaths, and either start avoiding the area or don't stay in the area as long, because most likely if you're struggling with an area, it's quicker to just avoid it than to try and figure it out, especially if you're not that great with your aim yet, or you're still trying to learn the game. Like if you die at an area, just stay away from it for a while. You'll start to see yourself do a little bit better. I don't want to take that, or I don't want people to take that as a suggestion to sit still in one spot, because you'll definitely not get any better that way either. But just make mental notes when you're moving around where your high death area is, and start to take that into accord when trying to navigate a map. But this gameplay is slowly starting to wrap up, and I really want to emphasize the word slowly there, because once again, that my team wasn't really doing anything, the other team wasn't really doing anything. I think most of the reason was they were kind of all navigating and running around the map in the same like direction, like counterclockwise kind of, so we're not really running into each other as much. But the jumping in late, I felt like I did extremely well, seeing how especially there was there was already 20 kills when at the point where I jumped in. But you can definitely see a lot of my deaths come after I start playing a little more aggressive than at the beginning, when I was kind of playing defensive and kind of wanted to get the game rolling along. Because you'll see I got a couple quick deaths right before the timer ended there. Like I hear that beeping in my head, and my instincts just tell me to like get in there and finish the game, and that kind of worked against me this game. But you can leave a rating down below if you guys want. Consider subscribing for more awesome content like this. But as always, guys, I'm Bryce. Peace.